Check, check, check. All right, all right, all right. I'm taking the harshness out because I want to boost it a lot more. Right, because if I were to just, I could turn both of these off, the compression and the EQ. And it's like pretty loud. And now it's just as loud but thicker in a way. Let's take off the EQ only, so. It feels more like in the amp. It just feels better. Let's play it with the track. Yeah, that already feels like it's coming in much better. That's without it. It's coming out way better, actually. Then I feel like I'll probably just ride it with automation. This is all on the open lead. All right. That was fun. So I wrote that guitar part in and then played it through open, muted, kind of like some pinch harmonics and then some slides all over the place, and then kind of mixed it from there to what I liked, and then brought it back into this session and then started kind of like EQing it and compressing it compared to the track, which I still might need to touch up later, but it sounds pretty good now. So I could turn it up and it can compete with everything with a limiter and all. And then the volume writing at that point of just like reintroducing the notes that I want to hear most with all that compression and limiting on the master and throughout all the tracks, if there are some on the tracks. So at the end of the day, with this, the biggest crux is going to be getting this guitar to sit perfectly in. And that might mean that I even get another person to play something similar or the same thing with their amps and just their touch, etc. But it also might mean to getting this master crunch correct, because it's pretty aggressive right now, and especially in some areas it's like over distorting. But I think that's kind of cool, because if I get it too thinned out and like correct with quotes, not clipping and whatever, it's just gonna sound like, closer to an old actual like 70s record or whatever. And I don't know, I don't really want that. I want to let those be where they are. There's plenty of them. I will never get tired of listening to those. But I do want something a little newer and something that can stand up with today's time of like compressed in your face music. So I'm trying to get that rock sound of the 70s, but pushed up in your face like somber with this song. And there's a fine line, because you can get a lot louder with actually less compression in a lot of ways, and just clipping. But then it starts sounding robotic and EDM. So now what I'm trying to do is like get the best of both worlds, where I want that compressed kind of sound on the master, that, G bus compression. That said, it might be a good idea, and I'm going to do it right now, to try some other compressor limiters. I might go for the Fairchild. So we have that bounced. Perfect. Now we could just do a save as, and we'll go for that right now. So this will be VA9, and we're going to change the bus compression. So right now I was trying out limiters, etc. And I have the Ableton limiter that's on. I'm going to turn that off, and like I said, go over here. It's just by default that I just left the limiter on when I started cooking this track. So and then it's funny, you start going into any type of limiter and you're kind of bound to that sound unless you want to rearrange your entire mix, which I don't want to do. So let's go into just grabbing a Fairchild and see if we can I'll change the mix if there's a good reason to. Like right now I'm changing to a different compressor. So let's try the 670 compressor. There we go. And let me just hear the song again with where we had it. Yeah, that's like 7 to 10 decibels of limiting. So instead, let's do it with this guy. That actually just slapping the Fairchild on, it sounds so much better. Oh my god. Let me take it off though. There's your like EDM version of it. Like like it's clean and blah blah blah, but it just doesn't have feel. But then we turn this on, you got the feel back. And then let's try the limiter. It's too aggressive, man. Alright, now let's do another UAD, but let's actually work with it and try to get that level back. Can't handle my big kick drums. That's okay, we could just try to tame those. Maybe I'll actually go for this one right here, the DBX. DBX 160. Does the job, but too good. So let's just layer that in with what I was gonna do the first time. Does its job too good, turning it down too much. Compressing it, I should say, too much. We're going more modern here, so let's just fix the problem. fix it over here too, though. There you are. It's kind of a cool trick to just put the fades in and slide it. Maybe let's finish the song a little bit quicker. No. Okay, that's going to be the ending then. Alright, got it. And then let's see how it opens. I think I need to fix those pianos. Where are we at with the pianos? There it is. Just a little calmness, a little relaxation. I'll do it with a multiband just for different level. All right. No, I want to redo those. Redo change value, redo change value, redo change value. There we go. There on that slam. really quickly there. Just for a second. Take my hand, let's dance slow. I take you back as if I follow you with the grind. Slow. Take my hand. I take you back as if I follow you with the grind. Slow. Now. I take you back as if I follow you with the grind. Slow. Take my hand, let's dance slow. Perfect. I feel like one shitty glitch in there too many, and it's like an actual, it does exactly what I wanted. All right, I think we are super solid. This hopefully is finished. Very stoked. Sounds amazing. Shout out to Simon for the guitars, man. He did some great work, man. Thinking what I could do as well is since Simon just texted me, I should still probably send him both this version and the version with no solo and see what he comes up with and see whose solo wins the track. Checking how the YouTube stream's doing. Ba-da-da-ba-ba. There we go. It's just doing its thing. It's doing too good. All right. We did that. Let's do a playthrough. Might as well do a print as well. I'm curious. What I really should do is turn on the Neve at this point, but we'll see. Let's just start with a resample. That'll be nice. Money Perfect. So now we have also a nice print VA9. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. We'll call that print. Man, gotta love that Fairchild. Really just brought it all to a professional level. Pretty much. I mean, we'll see. I'll go back and listen, then be like, oh, wait a second. Where did all that cool bass go? But I think it's ripping, dude.